What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Indians live stream. And this is not a game stream. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to be streaming Indians for the rest of the month, for the rest of the regular season. I might just be sticking to football. Yeah, this is, after all, a mainly football channel. I mainly did baseball just to pass the time. You know, it was summer. Nothing else was going on. I figured, might as well stream a little bit of baseball, keep the channel going. But with football back, I really don't have any thirst for streaming baseball. But anyways, I will still do these videos here, recapping the previous series and then previewing the next one. And speaking of the previous series, the Indians went into Minnesota needing at least a sweep after splitting a series with Chicago, a series that we really should have won. But, hey, that's the way it goes. And the Indians, of course, headed into this Minnesota series kind of in a peculiar spot. You're looking on the outside, you're on the outside looking in both the division race and the wild card. Now, the Indians could still make a nice run at the division, but at least, if time runs out on the division, we could still go for the wild card spot. We just cannot fall too far behind, because that would suck, going from winning 3 straight division titles to not making the playoffs. And I wonder who people are going to blame more, Tito or the front office. They could blame the front office for not, re-signing Brantley, or, filling the talent void with competent players. I mean, one of the only big players they went out and got was Tyler Clippard? Who else did they even get in free agency? I don't even know. Did they even sign anybody? You know what? I'm gonna actually try and find that out here. But anyways, while I am looking, the Indians are kind of in a, again, peculiar spot. But let's go through all the divisions real quick, as we are less than 30 games. We're less than almost 20 games. And these divisions are starting to be decided. In fact, we could have our first division clinch tonight in the NL out west, as the Dodgers are, of course, 17 games up on the Diamondbacks, who are in second place. I do like the valiant fight from the Giants, though. I like that. They were in the basement for most of the year, and then they went on a nice run. They were actually above 500 for a little while there, but they have recently fallen back under 500. They are 5 games under. They are eliminated from the NL West race. Of course, they went on that run right as the trade deadline was coming up, so that actually forced them to keep Mad Bum and Will Smith, but they did get rid of a few guys. But Arizona, magic number 2. Yeah, that's their elimination number. That's why, when you hear someone say, oh, yeah, the magic number, that is how many wins the opponent needs, or how many losses how many wins you need if you're leading the division, and how many losses the second place team or whatever down below. So, for instance, looking at this Arizona and LA Dodgers race, if the Diamondbacks lose tonight to the Mets and the Dodgers beat the O's, which they should, of course, they play the O's tomorrow. But if the Diamondbacks lose tonight, that magic number will dwindle down to 1. And that means all the Dodgers have to do is win. And that the division's theirs. Well, I just realized they play tomorrow. Wow, I said tonight. Oh, wow, lovely. But no, yeah, they could be celebrating tomorrow. They could be popping bottles tomorrow in their division. Celebrate, the division clincher against Baltimore. The next closest division that can be clinched is the AL West. How about that? As the only team that remains is Oakland, but it's going to take a little while. Their elimination number is 10 behind Houston. It's going to take a little bit. And they actually play each other. I'm not sure how many more games they play against one another. Maybe that series just got started. But if they are just starting a series, let's say it's a 4-game series, they could knock some numbers off that elimination number if you're Houston. Now, if Oakland wins, that number stays the same. Yeah, because obviously, the opponent, the leading team didn't win. You want that number to stay the same as long as possible. Now, of course, they are in the wild card, so it's not eliminated from postseason. It's just the division race. And if for those wondering, in the AL Central, our magic number is 14. We got 14 games to try to catch and pass Minnesota, including 3 more against Minnesota. And we are also 1.5 games out of the wild card. Yeah, it's been a rough few weeks for us. But hey, I'm sure we'll find out. We'll slither our way into the playoffs. Now, there's actually one division where nobody has been eliminated yet, and that is the NL Central. All 5 teams are still alive. It is the only division in baseball where all 5 teams are still alive. Although that could change tonight because Pittsburgh, whose elimination number is only 1, they are in San Francisco. They lose, I guess you can't really say tonight because St. Louis plays tomorrow in Colorado. In fact, all 5 teams from the NL Central are actually away. How about that? Yeah, Pittsburgh loses tonight, which there's a good chance they probably will because they're not playing that well. They're done. Yeah, they're gone. And the crazy part about that is, remember, before the All-Star break, the Pirates were right there in the Central race. In fact, if we rewind all the way to my, mid-season predictions for the playoff predictions or whatever, I was an idiot. And I said the Pirates are going to make the playoffs. In fact, I'm probably the one that jinxed them. Sorry, not sorry. I know I didn't jinx them. I don't jinx people. I don't believe in jinxes. But that was just bad luck. Josh Bell went MIA. The team just fell off. But hey, it happens, It happens. It happens. Look at the White Sox. They didn't win a single game coming out of the playoff All-Star break. They went, 0-7. Oh, wow. They might have even lost more than that. Not even sure. But anyways, probably the most competitive division is the NL East. In the NL, and of course in the AL, it's our division. Yeah. Because we're the only team left. And we have a legit shot at actually catching Minnesota. But looking at the NL East, Philly's still alive. The Mets are still alive. Although if they keep Metsing, they're not going to be alive for long. Washington's actually in the wild card. They, I believe, are the number 1 wild card. And they're still on life support in the division, but they're probably not going to catch Atlanta. In fact, their elimination number is 11, although all it takes is 2 wins by Atlanta, and they're facing Philly tonight. The Mets are in Arizona, of course, home against Arizona. So all it takes is 2 losses by the Mets, 2 wins by Atlanta, and they're gone. Yeah, that's all it takes. Of course, the Marlins have been eliminated since like April. Okay, but enough of talking about these other divisions. By the way, there's only one other division I haven't talked about. And how about this? Boston. In case you didn't hear, Dave Dombrowski actually was relieved of his duties. He's the guy that I believe was with the Tigers before going to Boston, and he made them a contender. Now look at him. He went to Boston. Look at him now. Where's he going to go? He ain't coming here, I know that, because we got Antonetti. We're not getting rid of him. Hell no. Would I love Dombrowski? Oh, yes. But, again, he's not coming here. Besides, I'd be afraid he'd wreck our farm system, like he kind of low-key did with Boston. But, hey, he'd make us a World Series contender, but we got Antonetti and Chernoff. We all know the Dolans won't do that, even if, we didn't have a GM. Like if our GM was to go somewhere else, we wouldn't go after him. But Boston, 2 games away from being eliminated. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. We all know they'll be back, though. Tampa Bay, they're still hanging around. They're 8.5 out of the division lead, 10-game elimination number. In the wild card, they're 1 game up. Yeah. And then, of course, looking at the wild card, and still got quite a few teams still alive. I'm going to go through the matchups too, real quick here. But in the AL, of course, the Yankees and the Astros are actually tied for the first seed in the American League. And then there's the Twins. So one team will face the Twins, the other one would face the wild card winner. Now, being hypothetical, let's say the Indians slip into the wild card. By the way, right now it would be Tampa Bay and Oakland. Wow. And in case you're also wondering, there is actually 4 teams still alive behind the top 2. The Angels, Texas, Boston, and, of course, Cleveland. The Angels, we play the Angels tonight, by the way. That'll be an interesting series. We can essentially eliminate the Angels. Yeah. Yeah, we can essentially eliminate them. I'm pretty sure a win tonight would eliminate them. I think. I'm not exactly certain. I don't know how the whole thing goes for like teams that are like under the. I know if the first place team, like if the Rays win, then I think that would really hurt the Angels. But the White Sox were just recently eliminated. And then in the NL, it's going to take a lot longer for the NL teams to be eliminated. Of course, whoever wins the wild card would have the good task of actually going to the Dodgers, although Atlanta is low-key lurking when it comes to the best team in the NL. They're only, 4 games out? 4.5? 3.5, I think. 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. Dodgers, 93-52. Atlanta, 89-55. So obviously, if the Braves win tonight, they'd be 3 games out from being the number 1 seed in the NL. Atlanta's on fire, man. Damn. I could just see it now, man. If Atlanta somehow goes to the World Series and they win that thing, I could just see it now. Freaking Slater freaking flexing his Atlanta Braves championship gear like he did with the Atlanta United. That dude's so desperate for a championship. He freaking flexed a soccer championship. I mean, at least I saw my Cavs do it. Yeah, that was fun. Now, in the wild card for the NL, it would be Washington and Chicago. Ooh. All right. And there's a lot of teams actually still alive in the wild card. In fact, all but one. The only team not alive is Miami. Yes, even Pittsburgh is alive for a wild card spot at 62 and 81. But they would need a massive collapse from Arizona, Milwaukee, Philly, Mets, Giants, Reds, Padres. And they would have to win the rest of their games, essentially. Oh, yeah, and they would need a collapse from Washington or Chicago to even have a chance at getting in. They are 14 and a half out. Yeah, good luck. That ain't happening. They're probably going to be eliminated soon. Colorado, they're probably going to be eliminated this week. They're 3 games, magic number. It's only a matter of time before they're gone. Now, after Pittsburgh and Colorado, it's going to take a little while for the rest of them to be eliminated. San Diego, 11-game elimination number. Just somehow they have one more game, but yet they're under Cincinnati, whose magic number is 10. Oh, yeah, because the win thing. I see it now. All right. I see it now. But it's going to be fun in the NL because you got Arizona, 1.5 games, Milwaukee, 2 games, Philly, 2 games. The Mets are 4 games out. Then there's the Giants, 7.5. Cincinnati's 10, tied with San Diego. And then there's Pittsburgh at 14.5, and then Colorado at 17. It's crazy that last year Colorado made the playoffs. So what would that be now? For the 3rd straight year, we're going to have some new characters in the playoffs in the NL. In fact, it's going to be returning. It's going to be the return of a character that we haven't seen in a while in the playoffs, as it looks like St. Louis got it together, and they've already won 81 games. How long did it take them to win 81 games last year? Almost to the end of the year. But they have only 62 losses. They're on some good stuff now. I see how they got rid of their old manager last year. They went on that run with their interim. I think they actually made their interim the permanent guy, and look at that. They're good. Nice. Love to see that. I want to see how far St. Louis can go. It's going to be fun streaming baseball playoff games for the Cardinals. Now, of course, I'm hoping I could stream as many as I can. Not confident I'm doing every game. I'm going to try to do some of them. Most likely they would be like the night games. But again, we'll see. Even if I have to, even if I just do the championship series and then the World Series. That'd be great. I'd love to do Cardinals, Braves, Dodgers, and Nats or Cubs. Of course, I'm hoping to do the wild card games. But we'll see what happens. I'm not really going to put out my schedule yet. Got some things going on. So don't really want to get ahead of myself. Now, looking at these matchups right now, they got some juicy matchups. Ooh. Right now, it would be the winner of the wild card game, Washington-Chicago, facing the Dodgers. And then we have Braves and Cardinals. Ooh, okay. And then, of course, in the American League, it would be either Houston or Yankees facing Minnesota. And then whoever is the number 1 seed would face Tampa or Oakland. That would be rather interesting. Okay, well, we're done talking about that now. I can get that out of the way. Close this tab on my computer. Now let's talk about this series against the Minnesota Twins. And it only took me 20 minutes to start talking about this series against the Twins. And coming off that series split with the White Sox, in which we really should have won 3 or 4, because, we kind of blew that second game, literally. We blew it. First game in Minnesota, and the Indians go out there and make a statement. And I believe we had Plutko on the mound. And, of course, dude gets hit in the back end. Not sure where, because I wasn't really watching the game. I was doing something, but I heard it on the radio. He got a hit with a ball. I don't know what it is with our pitchers and getting hit on comebackers. It's weird. But I mean, Indians look great from what I heard. Only give up 2 runs. Gained a massive game on the Twins. You know, I mean, needed, like I said, we needed to sweep these guys, and we took a step in the right direction. Lindor started off top of the third with a homer. I heard he absolutely crushed that ball. He eviscerated that sucker. And then bottom of the fourth, Crone doubled, tied the game. And then Jorge Polanco singled, 2-1 Twins. And I'm thinking, okay, we're on that classic bull crap again. And then Puig came up clutch with a sac fly, scoring Mercado in the top of the 8th. And then they went to extras. And, of course, in extra innings, the next pitch could be the last pitch. And top of the 11th, the Indians took the lead, and they added some insurance runs. They took the lead on a Roberto Perez RBI single, and then they added insurance with a Lindor single and then a Mercado single. I think there were 3 straight singles, too. Yeah, they were dishing out them singles. Yeah, like a poor dude at a strip club, just dishing out them singles. That's funny. Oh, man. But the win actually went to Tyler Clippard, who, believe it or not, got his first win of the year. That dude has been in, 40-some games this year. He's made an appearance in 40-some games. Got his first win. I'm glad he got it. I mean, he's been up and down. He was great for the majority of the season. Had a little bit of a spell where he wasn't that great. But he's kind of getting better. I think he works best when you actually have a sizable lead. That's the way a lot of pitchers are. They work best when you have a sizable lead, like 2, 3, 4 runs. Because in their mind, they're like, I got a little cushion room. You know, they're thinking, okay, I got wiggle room. 3 outs, 4-run lead. I got 3 outs to keep this 4-run lead. It's not like, oh, this next pitch could be the end of it because, you know, if it was tied, it'd be like, oh, crap, you know, next pitch could end it. That was the way it was for the 10th inning, too. And even the bottom of the 11th, you know, I mean, they'd be trying to do that bull crap, but no, Clippard didn't allow that to happen. And Thorpe got the loss. He is 2-2. Now, how did the starters do? I know that's what a lot of people wonder. How did they do? By the way, stat lines, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, of course, for the Indians. Can't go a game without an error. And then Minnesota, 2 runs on 9 hits. And Pineda, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 10 Ks, and a homer given up. Plutko went 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Now, you know what the crazy part about Pineda is? The day after this game, he got suspended. Again, 60 games for PEDs. They literally let this dude play a full game. I don't know if did he get sniped with did he have to take the wheel of discipline? Did he get hit after the game? Did he take his test before the game and they just now found out? Because if this dude was getting suspended and they let him play, that's kind of trippy, isn't it? Oh, yeah, you're suspended, but we'll let you play this game. He probably took his test, I'm guessing probably after the game. He probably walked to his locker and he saw a little sticky note thing that says, take a test, or like a letter from the MLB saying, yeah, you have been selected for a random drug test. It's like that dude from the Lakers. Freaking photo surfaces on Twitter, Instagram. It was photoshopped. Made him look yoked. I mean, he's still muscular, but he looked yoked. Freaking just looked like he was on roids. And, of course, the NBA hit him with the summons to take a drug test. And I'm pretty sure they didn't find anything because I'm sure he didn't take anything. It was Photoshop. I remember there was a time I think Britton Colquitt for the Browns actually had a nice monster punt. Was it even Colquitt or was it someone else? I don't know who it was, but someone had a monster punt. It might have been Colquitt, now that I think about it. And they actually wanted a drug test for that. Kicking a ball. Oh, I can only imagine if Gian freaking Gillen hits a freaking 80-yard punt. He'll walk into his locker the next day. Oh, look at that, a drug test. I'm Scottish Hammer. I don't do drugs. I have hammer for leg. Whatever. All that matters is the Indians freaking won. I'm happy. And my happiness went away in game two, of course, because as typical with the Indians, they do great one game. Offense shows up. They score a good amount of runs. They don't overdo it, but they don't. The offense actually shows up. That was big. Love when the offense shows up to support their pitcher. But after that outing, after that game, they go out, and if this thing decides to load, I will definitely go through. But of course, it's just it wants to be super slow. Let me refresh it real quick. Love it when MLB.com be ruining the flow of the freaking stream. Of course it does. Come on. Whatever. Anyways, while I'm waiting for that, let's go through the injury list real quick so I can close another tab on this thing. But Danny Salazar, he is out for the year. It looks like 60-day injured list. They actually placed him on the 60-day a couple of days ago. Actually, yeah, 3 days ago. Jose Ramirez, they say he could be back by playoff time, maybe, if we make it. And the only other guy that could come back is Corey Kluber. And everyone else is out for the year, it looks like. So Anderson, Arroyo, Cole, Naquin, of course, because he tore his ACL, and Olsen and Salazar are out for the year. So Kluber and Ramirez are the only two that are legit possibly coming back. I guess it's something. Little by little, we got Jeffrey coming back here soon. Bradley Zimmer's in AAA now. Fully, he's not on a rehab assignment. He was just literally activated and then sent down there. I guess it'll help him get his bat going again. But anyways, so game two, after a big 6-2 victory over the Twins, heading into this one, knowing that if we win this one, we take the series, close into yet another game, because I know the biggest buzzkill would be win a game, you close in at one by a game, you lose the next game, so that you immediately just lose that ground you lost. I mean, we needed a sweep here, man. You needed to close in 3 games on these guys. But, I mean, offense showed up a little bit. Didn't really do much. It was actually 1-0 Twins for the longest time until the 6th inning when the Indians finally got on the board with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Of course, Mitch Garver homered. He got the scoring started with a solo shot. And then top of the 6th, Puig doubled the score run. And then a wild pitch scored another run. So then we got the lead. And then, of course, in typical Indians fashion, they give it right back. Scope, RBI triple. And then Mitch Garver, again, homer. This time there was a 3-run shot. And I bet you'll never guess who was on the mound for that one. Take a guess. No, it wasn't the starter. No, it wasn't the starter. You wish it was, but it wasn't. Nope. Literally right before this happened, Nick Goody. Yeah. Nick Goody gave up the 3-run jack. So, yeah, Nick Goody has been kind of bad recently. I mean, he was good for a while. Literally, like, he was good. Yeah. But, man, this bullpen is really I think it's starting to wear down now. You know, they decided to kind of take away a few guys from the pen to add to the outfield because we've been having trouble with outfield depth. And that kind of hurt the bullpen because we used to have a deep bullpen. They sacrificed the outfield for the bullpen, and it worked for a while. But now it's like you're using the same guys, and that's starting to eat them up a little bit. Now, the Columbus Clippers are in the AAA championship, I'm pretty sure, so we're not going to be getting any more reinforcements from them for at least a week or week and a half or something like that. I don't know how long that series is going to go. And they're in the championship, so we'll see how long that goes, and then we'll see what this team looks like when their season's over, see how many guys, and see who comes over here, because that's another thing. People be mad. It's like, hey, look at these freaking call-ups. They suck. But it's like, well, you do know that the AAA team's in the championship, in the playoffs, right? They don't want to send their best players here because they're not going to have really anybody there. Probably Bradley, I'm sure, will be up when the season's over. James Karinchak, who's been dominant out there in AAA, he'll be coming up over here probably when the season's over there in AAA. Bradley Zimmer as well. We'll get some reinforcements. Just hope we're still in the playoff hunt when that happens. But shows you how good our farm system is. But Indians even tried to mount a little rally, scoring a run in the 8th, trying to give a little glimmer of hope. Jason Kipnis RBI single, but that was it. Gave up 4 runs in that bottom of the 7th. Typical Indians. You take the lead and then you give it right back. Take the lead and give it right back. There's a song that's like that, but it's like I can't really remember what the song is, but it's like it's like something about a chick, like spin that chick and give it right back or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, Indians 3 runs on 7 hits and an error, of course, and then Twins 5 runs, 7 hits. Little got the win. He's undefeated, 4-0. And much like he deserved, Simber took the loss, 5-3. And then Rogers got the save, his 25th. Now, as for the starters, how did they do? Savali, he wasn't great, but he wasn't trash. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and a homer. Odorizzi, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 10 Ks, and 2 walks. Of course. Trash. So moving on. Series, we just already lost that crucial game that we already tried to make up. So we're right back to where we started. And looking on something on Twitter. But game 3, this was a big one for us. Because now we're right back to where we started. We lose game 3. Yeah, now we just lost a game. And wow, I'm just thinking about how this season has gone for the Indians. They've literally just been a roller coaster all year long. But while I'm waiting for this stupid thing to load here, I'll talk more about the Indians a little bit. These streams would go so much faster if MLB.com was actually fast. Like, it didn't take so much time to load. But I can understand because it has a lot of info to load. So the Indians come off a 5-3 loss with your guy on the mound. Yeah, Clevenger. I mean, Tito had a little bit of strategy. He moved him up, I think, a couple series ago as a strategy to have him pitch in these games against the Twins because he knows that he has been so dominant you need your guy, and he's been pitching in the series finale, which is big because you take the first two, you got Clevenger on the mound. It's probably I'm not going to say automatic sweep, but you got a great chance. Well, this is the big game right here, man. This is the one where we can win the series, gain a game back, heading into a series with the Angels, which we are probably going to do hopefully well in. But Indians got it started, and they didn't let up for the most part. Top of the second inning, and the Indians scored 2 runs in the second, thanks to Franmil Reyes, who all of a sudden can actually make contact, and not only that, score runs. As he got a 2-run single, scoring Puig and Kipnis. And the top of the third, just literally an inning later, Carlos Santana homered. And then bottom of the fourth, Garver homered, of course, because, Garver does that. And then top of the fifth, we homered. So it's it's literally back and forth with homers. We homer, they homer, we homer. Top of the seventh, Mercado sac fly, which sac flies are very underrated, severely underrated. 5-1. And then Lamont Wade, I think, actually got his first career hit. He scored a run, and it's 5-2. So yeah, while the Browns were, they did technically pull in Indians because they freaking just vomited all over the field, giving up freaking picks. But instead, though, they weren't giving up ding dongs. Baker was out here hooking up some turnovers and handing them out to people. You get a turnover. You get a turnover. You get a turnover. Like, did this dude even use his eyes? Bro, Baker, what is you doing? Oh my God. It's like, I'm just going to force the ball. I'm going to give it to Odell. It's like when you play Madden and you're trying to come back and you have that all-star receiver, so you just keep trying to force feed him the ball. That's what he was doing, except this isn't Madden. No. Oh, well. Team low-key quit after Derrick Henry hit that touchdown. I'm going to keep saying it because it's true. They quit. They're like, yep, we're done. We're done. We don't want to play no more. Your opponent has left the chat room. Ugh. But, yeah, Clevenger, as you'd expect, got the win, 11-2. Fantastic. Yeah, those 2 losses came when he first came back. This dude has been insane, bro. I'm glad we got Clevenger. He's been in our bro, can't even talk. He is legit our ace. If we make the wild card game, you put Clevenger on the mound. You save Bieber for the ALDS. And then you can use Clevenger again if you really wanted to in the series clincher. Because you're probably going to have a day off too. Yeah. You could use them again in the clincher. That's what you do. Or even game 4, if you need it. Or you could save him for the ALCS. But I don't know how Tito was going to roll with that. I know when we had Bauer, he would always send Bauer out there for game 1 of the division series or whatever. But if we make the wild card, I wonder how he's going to do it. Probably going to sound like Plazak or Silvale out there. Or Kluber. I don't know what Tito's thinking, but oh well. But yeah, Clevenger got the win, 11-2. Dobnak took the loss. He's 0-1. Brad Hand actually secured his 34th save of the year, believe it or not. 34 saves. That's crazy. With all the crap he's been through, blowing saves and whatnot, he's still got 34 saves. Wow. And it's crazy how good he's been this year, despite the fact he's kind of went through a spell where he chokes. But in terms of starter length, Clevenger went 6 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, and a homer. Dobnak went 2 innings, so clearly they did a little opener thing. 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. And then I'm guessing the original starter, Smeltzer, came out for 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks, and 2 homers. That's that thing like where you beat up on the opener, the original starter comes out, and you absolutely tear him apart. It's like, well, we got rid of the opener. Here comes the original starter. Let's kick his ass. And that's exactly what they did. They beat him worse, though. 5 hits on 2 runs. Oh, 2 runs on 5 hits instead of 2 runs on 3. And then Stashik came out there, whatever. By that time, it was over, pretty much. So, looking ahead, what do the Indians got to deal with? Well, we got the Angels. Tonight will be Shane Bieber going up against Patrick Sandoval. And as soon as I can pull up the matchup stats, I know for a fact, though, Bieber is 13-7. It's impressive considering, the offense has had times where they just don't want to help him out. But that's gone for all our pitchers this year. There's been times where the offense has just neglected them. They're like, you're on your own. Like, that's a lot of pressure on a pitcher. Your offense ain't doing nothing. You're like, crap, if I give up a run, that could be game. Pitchers do way better when offense gives them support, obviously. You can't win games if you don't score runs. Thanks a lot, Captain Obvious. But looking at tonight's starters, Bieber, 13-7, like I mentioned, 3.24 ERA and 233 strikeouts, going up against Patrick Sandoval, who is a lefty, 0-2, 4.91 ERA and 30 strikeouts. All right. And then tomorrow, again, another 10 o'clock game. So we got some Indians after dark. That's the one thing I hate about them playing in LA. Starting at friggin' 10 o'clock. Not like I go to bed early anyway. But tomorrow's pitching matchup will be Zach Plesac, 7-6, 3.98 ERA and 74 Ks, going up against Jose Suarez, who's 2-5, 6.45 ERA and 60 strikeouts. And then for the final game, it will be Dylan Peters on the mound for the Halos. And the Indians have not named their starter. I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be Clevenger. They're going to save him for that series against the Twins. I'm sure it'll be probably Savali, I'm guessing. My guess is – or it could be Plutko. I mean, my guess is it'll probably be Plutko. Although I don't know how he's feeling after he got hit on a comebacker in that first game. But, yeah, they have not named a starter. And then, actually, I think we have an off day afterwards, too. So, by the way, the Twins are off tonight. So, we got our second ace, or you could say our ace number 2 on the mound, and the Twins are off. This is a perfect opportunity to gain a half a game, cut it to 5 games. This final series against the Twins is going to be huge. At home, I believe it'll be the second. I think it will actually be the last home series of the year. Wow, the last homestand of the year. That's crazy. This is coming up. If this is not the last homestand, it is the second to last one. Because I know we start with Detroit on the last homestand. We have Detroit, and then we have Philly. This might actually be the last homestand of the year coming up. But, yeah, final game, Dylan Peters, 3-2, 4.45 ERA and 47 Ks. Like I mentioned, the Indians have not named the starter. So we'll see how they do on September 11th. So I'm going to look at the chat real quick. And going to wrap this baby up. And then I'll be hopping in the Sports Furies live stream. We'll be watching Monday Night Football. Yo, crazy dog, what's good? What's popping? Washington is in a yes, I know. Dog meme too. Hello. What the hell happened to the Browns? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. It's like Baker. He was good the first 3 quarters, although the offense didn't play well, and they were playing low key dirty. They were being douchebags out there. They were committing a lot of penalties. Because if you look at the stats outside of the penalties, the two teams were fairly even in everything. I mean, it was a 2-point game at one point, and then we served up no, we didn't serve up anything yet, but we gave up a 75-yard screen pass touchdown to Derrick Henry right after we cut it to 2. And I'm pretty sure that's what deflated the team, especially the defense, because they're like, offense just scored. Let's go out here and serve up a 3-and-out, get that offense back on the field, and take this lead. Well, first play from scrimmage for the Titans is a screen pass. A lot of guys were out of position. Some guys were going after Mariota, and Henry had a convoy, and they couldn't touch him. So, yeah, everything that went wrong, that could have went wrong, well, it did. But, man. I don't know what happened. And it's funny, though, because Steeler fans were going on us. Oh, you lost. Hey, Steeler fans, look what you did. You didn't even score a touchdown. At least we got in the end zone twice. Then our kicker freaking missed an extra point. Oh, man. That's kind of something, though, man, It went from good to oh, my God, this sucks. Hella quick. Go Tribe, LOL. Sweep, please. YouTube TV tomorrow later. Oh, crap. Are we on YouTube TV? I totally forgot that. I think we're on YouTube TV in one of these games. I think. Well, it's not on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure we're on YouTube TV in this series. One of the 3 games. Oh, God. That's... Wow. Freaking hate YouTube. Freaking baseball games. I think all 3 of them are on Sports Time Ohio, but they have the option of, or whatever, I'm being on YouTube TV. Whatever. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. Whatever. I don't care. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Again, Indians got a big stretch of games coming up. We're in LA, and then we head home for the final time this year in the regular season for a 9-game homestand. Twins, Tigers, and Phillies. These are some big games, too. If we sweep the Twins coming up, which I'm not saying it will happen, after we take care of the Angels, and hopefully the Nationals will help us out, too. That'd be clutch, too. That'd be big. Heading home, taking out the Twins. Let's say we take 2 or 3 from them again. Let's say we're like 2 games out. We have the friggin' Tigers coming to town. I think they have the White Sox. And then we have the Phillies. And then we end with the White Sox and Nationals. It's going to be fun. It's going to come down to the final few series, isn't it? It's going to come down to the final week. And it's going to be fun. But that's going to wrap it up for this live stream. Shout out to everyone who came in here. And it's going to be a fun few weeks, man. Baseball's winding down. Football is just starting up. Duval County counting on the mustache of Gardner. Oh, yeah. Minshew. Yep. Yeah, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow when I do my picks. Can't even talk. I'm going to do my picks like I did last week. I said it was only a 1 week thing, but I think I'm going to do my picks like that from now on as a live stream so I can interact with the people afterwards. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Of course, I'll be previewing the Jets game as well in a video. So that'll be fun. Monday Night Football. Got to come back and get that dub against the Jets. But that's going to wrap it up. I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go Tribe. And I'm out.